teams tonight. I thought one or the other might play spoiler. They both have their own agenda tonight, and that is to cement themselves into the playoffs.
And that is the question that they need. Which team can ultimately get the job done? For those of you joining us on RFM tonight, we say good evening to you as well as we welcome you now inside the gym at Ayer Shirley Regional High School tonight, as the Panthers of Ayer Shirley Regional, with their 7-10 overall record, get set to play host to Leominster's Blue Devils in a 5-12 overall record here inside of Ayer Shirley tonight. And we welcome everybody on the K-Zone and here on RFM to our courtside broadcast position tonight for what is certainly to be a dandy of a basketball game. Again, two schools both playing for their playoff lives tonight. Winner likely cements themselves into the playoffs. Ayer Shirley has themselves at the 22nd rank in their division, so certainly they right now find themselves inside of the top 32. Would a loss push them outside, or would a loss to a larger division team be to their benefit? That is the overall question that they will face. For Leominster, the answer is very simple. The win is a must-have. There is no two ways around it. Leominster is 36th according to the latest MIAA projections of their power ratings. Top 32 teams and better than 500 records. That's what it takes in order to qualify for the postseason tournament. Leominster at this time has neither. A loss tonight would eliminate them from contention in any way, shape, or form from qualifying for that top 32. As you know, they can't get to a 500 record. So that eliminates one of the avenues at this point in time, as a win tonight would get them to around 6-12. That puts them close to where they need to be, but maybe not quite all the way to where they would ultimately need to be. Just off numerically in the grand scheme of things. Meanwhile, if you are looking at, 6-12 record making the top 32, well, Leominster finds themselves on the bubble. 36 means that with the right wins and losses above them, percentage-wise, they could sneak their way up into that 32nd spot and perhaps qualify. As we saw in the fall, strange things did happen in volleyball and in boys and girls soccer, those sports that played around 20 games. In their regular season, football was a whole different conversation with just 8 games to rate teams against. So basketball will be the kind of the name of the game, and the dates and the times and the numbers, by the way, are all to come as well, as we take a look at those upcoming numbers. What are those dates, the whens, if you will? Are everything going to happen? Well, we have that answer for you here. Let's take a look at those numbers now. Here's what the dates look like. The cutoff date for submission is the 24th of February, or 2 days from now. That's Thursday, February the 24th, during this during this February school vacation week. I know, how about that, huh? During this February school vacation week, February 24th is the date by 6 p.m. That's what the number is that folks are looking for. Seeds will be released on February 26th. That's Saturday. First preliminary round games will be held on Monday the 28th through March the 2nd. Those would be any play-in games mandated across boys basketball, girls basketball, as well as in ice hockey. Those would all be necessitated during that February 28th through March 2nd time period. Then you go on down from there. At that point, you'll be down to your 32 team brackets in each of the divisions. The round of 32 will be contested March 3 through 5. The round of 16, March 7 through 9. The round of 8, March 10 through 12. The final 4, March 14 through 18. And the state championships will be contested between March 18 through 20th, and they will be held in the basketball side of things for boys and girls at Tsongas Center on the campus of the University of Massachusetts Lowell. We know that much.
And then spring tryouts start the 21st.
Indeed they do, as the other case may be. Preliminary round games right through the round of 8 will be held at the highest seed. That is who the home team will be in those rounds. Beginning with the final 4 on in, there is the potential for a neutral site to play host. That's where we are, and that look around the playoffs, it's brought to you by Daewoo North Superstore. At Daewoo North, find the perfect car you deserve, priced to fit your budget. Online at daewoosuperstore.com. As we continue on our countdown to tip-off here on the K-Zone, we encourage you to stay with us. We've got a great girls basketball matchup coming here tonight on the legendary AM 1280, the new guy for a decade, 105.3 FM and WPKZstream.com, as well as with our partners at Rivalry Family Media, Facebook.com/Media Rivalry. Tip-off scheduled for the bottom of the hour at 5:30. We're going to step aside here on the K-Zone. So much more to come. You stay with us. This is the Game of the Week on the K-Zone. For those of you joining us on RFM, please stand by and stay with us. Leominster and Ayer Shirley Girls Basketball coming up right here on Facebook Live, Facebook.com/Media Rivalry. Plus, the game will be available later on this evening on YouTube, YouTube.com. Search Rivalry Family Media. All that coming up in a matter of moments. As soon as our partners on the radio side rejoin us, the countdown to tip-off continues. We'll have opening introductions and national anthem for you here on RFM. You stick and stay with us. More excitement to come. Great girls basketball ahead tonight on this February 22nd, 2022. Back inside the gym at Ayer Shirley Regional in Ayer tonight. Great to have you along with us. Todd Robbins, Bill Thomas, Kate Robbins, and you here on the K-Zone for our Game of the Week here on AM 1280 and 105.3 FM, as well as with our partners at Rivalry Family Media, streaming live, Facebook.com/Media Rivalry tonight. K-Zone Game of the Week brought to you by Leominster Monument, the home of quality craftsmanship for over 40 years. At Leominster Monument Company, memories are forever. Online at leominstermonument.com. Great to have you along tonight for some girls basketball action as we draw to conclusion this regular season on the girls' side of things for these two teams. Ayer Shirley looking for a win to cement themselves in the postseason in their respective division. Meanwhile, Leominster looking for a win to keep themselves on the bubble and in the conversation. That is what is on deck for these two schools tonight. Both schools coming into this point in time have had a challenging last 5 games, to say the least. And a look at their previous schedules are brought to you by Game On Sports and Performance Center, where the game is always on. It's Game On Fitchburg. Call 978-956-4111 or go to GameOnFitchburg.com to book your sports getaway today. Leominster's last 5 games look like this. You go back to February the 7th. It's a win on the road at Marlborough by a 43-31 score. Then a loss at Algonquin, 39-24. A win at home against Fitchburg by a 44-30 score in a game you saw right here on RFM. And then back-to-back losses at Westboro, a 45-32 loss, and at Algonquin, a 48-33 loss. And that was back on Wednesday, February the 16th. The girls' team has been idle for Leominster since that night at Algonquin. For Ayer Shirley, they've lost 4 straight, 4 of their last 5 in total. You got to go all the way back to Thursday, February 10th for their last win. It was on the road at South Lancaster Academy, a 38-10 score where their defense absolutely shut down South Lancaster Academy. But their offense didn't exactly pile up the points with that 38-10 score. Then you look at their 4 straight losses. Here at home to West Boylston, 54-51. Here at home against Tohoto, 50-41. On the road at West Boylston, 62-31. And then here at home against Bromfield, a 48-45 score. A rough stretch for the Panthers over the last so many weeks. And Bill Thomas, I'd say that just means they should be hungry.
Well, you know, they had that taste of playoff eligibility on their lips for the last 2 weeks, and being unable to get over that hump, and now 500's eluded them, but they're still firmly within the mid-20s, and we're about to get starting lineups here, so I'll turn it over to you.
Indeed, yeah, let's catch the starting lineups here inside the stadium, and then we'll go from there. If you're joining us on the K-Zone, you're going to step aside. We've got more to come for you. Tip-off is next. It's Leominster and Ayer Shirley Girls on the Game of the Week. Stay with us. This is the Game of the Week on the K-Zone.
Number 42, Shannon Smith. Number 44, Julian Pompey. The Devils are coached by Mr. Wesley Fredericks. Now for the home team, the Panthers of Ayer Shirley. Number 3, Manny Davis. Number 15, Tess Garkelly. Number 24, Lauren Reardon. Number 31, Emily Churchill. Number 20, Tori Salmon. The Panthers are coached by Mr. Corey Phillips, assisted by Mr. Greg Patient and Mr. Mike LeClaire. The West will now please rise for the playing of the national anthem.
As we return you courtside here to the gym at Ayer Shirley Regional tonight, as the Panthers and Blue Devils get ready to match up here in our K-Zone Game of the Week. And with you as well, joining us here on RFM. Great to have you along with us tonight. Todd Robbins, Bill Thomas, Kate Robbins join you courtside for the action this evening. And we're ready for battle here inside the gym tonight. 5 starters out on the floor. Leominster wearing some new road uniforms as well. We'll get all that to you as well as we continue over the next couple of moments. Set for tip-off, it's Tori Salmon and Frankie Bello for Leominster. The ball is up. Panthers tap for control. Salmon will send it on to Davis. Starting 5 for the Panthers. It's Madison Davis, Tess Erikelian, Tori Salmon, Lauren Reardon, Emily Churchill are the starting 5 tonight for the Panthers. As the ball rolls out of play, it will stay with the Panthers. Just 14 seconds into this one. Panthers wearing the home white tops, white bottoms, trimmed in maroon and black. Panthers in the arc across the chest with the maroon numerals front and back outlined in black. As Ayer fires up a 3, back rim no, but the Panthers continue the possession for their 3rd time, and this is a 3 away that will be delivered by the junior, Madison Davis.
Nice range there for Davis. Nice offensive board for Ayer Shirley there as well to set her up with that shot.
And a great 3-shot possession, Kate, that ultimately paid off with 3 points. Leominster starting 5 tonight: Frankie Bello, Jada Caldwell, Juliana Pompey, Mia Keenan, Shannon Smith, and there's the giveaway by Keenan. Tori Salmon presses the action up floor, not able to finish. There's a push out of play.
That's going to go against Ayer Shirley. They are not pleased with that call, that is for sure. So that will be their first. And that is going to be on Salmon, who is a physical presence out there for Ayer Shirley. So that's an important one, not to get into foul trouble, especially early on.
Swing coming to the near side. This is Keenan. Keenan with the drive, got the back rim, no. Bello got the uncontested rebound, but immediately the Panthers converge. Inside out pass for Bello for Keenan, the right wing jumper will go down, and Leominster's within 1. 6.5 to play here in quarter 1.
Blue Devils take advantage of their own offensive rebound there to get their own basket. Break the ice here early on.
Leominster wearing these new road black tops, black bottoms, trimmed in royal blue.
Todd doesn't know who
the
anybody is
smaller
anymore.
running devil, and yeah, the numerals. It says Leominster across the chest, and the numerals and name are in that kind of smoked out royal blue look, kind of like you've been seeing on police cars, that kind of stealth look with some of the logos. That basket should have been could have been a shot clock violation as the horn sounded. Leominster grabbed possession of the basketball almost immediately or simultaneously, and back down the floor they come. It's a 1-shot possession. Nobody really grabbing control here in about the 5:45 mark here of quarter 1. 3-pointer away from Davis does not go. Leominster's got the rebound coming right to left down the floor. The runner for Pompey, she got pushed off the action, did not draw a whistle.
That was very out of bounds.
And the ball gets tapped out of play. Yeah, you're not going to get an out-of-bound call there.
She thought for sure she was going to get a foul call there. She just kind of chucked it up, but no luck, no help from the official.
That Keenan was a 2, not a 3. Didn't know that.
Yeah,
Sorry
I thought it
about
was a 3-2.
No, they held up 2, yeah.
I
My
looked
bad.
up at the scoreboard. It kind of caught me off guard a little bit when I started talking about the shot.
3 away for Salmon, does not go. Shannon Smith, the rebound. She brings the ball in transition right to left, lost possession, gets caught in a tie-up, and the alternate possession will favor Leominster.
This is a different angle than I'm used to.
As we sit half court left behind the Ayer Shirley bench tonight. The jumper for Smith was a long 2, caught the front rim, and the rebound is down in the hands of Ayer Shirley.
Todd,
Yeah.
you mentioned Leominster has not had a game action in almost a week, correct?
That is
So
correct.
right now we're seeing some of these shots quite errant.
It all of a sudden looks like the beginning of the season all over again at a time where Leominster cannot afford it.
Got to get in the groove.
This is Caldwell. Caldwell, drive-in kick, puts it in the hands of Keenan. Penetrates, throws up a shot well short of the mark. Bello keeps it alive. Smith will run it down.
Don't worry about the shot clock here.
Yeah, 10 to shoot as Keenan gets the ball back, drives foul line, throws it to Pompey, and that's an over and back. Pompey looked around, thought maybe it had been tapped into the backcourt. It had not. And Leominster commits the giveaway.
Either way, they weren't going to be able to get a shot off more than likely before the shot clock violation. So same result either way. You slice it or dice it.
Right now, you got to say Leominster looks like their navigation is just not working out there on the floor.
Rusty.
They look completely lost.
Rusty right now.
Salmon's shot will miss over the back of the rim, and the rebound down for Smith. She finds Caldwell. Caldwell, right to left, through the lane, finds Bello, left side of the lane, on the right block. Lay-in is good. Leominster claims the lead at the halfway point of the first quarter. 4 minutes to go, 4-3 Leominster.
Nice look right there, rolling off that pick. Finding an easy lane to the basket.
And a block called on the drive.
On the floor.
They're going to, charge it against Pompey.
That'll be her first, team first of the first half, so 1 foul apiece. We should probably put those up. Talk about rusty.
Kyra Forsberg will check in. Well, in your defense, Kate, last time, a little technical difficulty led to no graphics.
That's true.
Picture-in-picture ended up being the solution. 3 away for Arkelian. She got the rim. It ends up out of play, and the ball will go back to Leominster.
Those nights, though, I do get spoiled. I'm not going to lie to you. I do get spoiled. And then I forget my job entirely.
No,
so
you're
that.
doing great. Back up the floor. Here's Forsberg. Into the left corner, finds Keenan. Finds the cutter, Pompey. Then to Forsberg at the foul line. Bounce pass inside for Bello. Steps in from the right block, lays it in and good.
Once again.
Just the opening lead, Bill Thomas. The opening 3-point basket is all Madison Davis had until that moment right there. The lay-in good for Lauren Reardon is the second points that go up for the Panthers.
I like to look down the Leominster end, the roll, and looking for the offside, and nice bounce pass.
Pompey takes it through the lane. Layup missed, out of play. Last touched by Leominster, and the ball will go to Ayer Shirley.
You know, Kay, I'm going to comment on what you said a little while ago, Kate. Different look for us tonight. We're behind the player benches. Get a good look at the coaches roaming the sideline here. A lot more activity going on within our camera view.
Up floor, that was Davis looking to lead Churchill. Churchill wasn't able to run it on, but it was tapped along, found its way into the hands of Cormier. And then there was a turnover, and Isabella Nevard will pick it up for Leominster. Nevard comes cross court. Finds Caldwell.
Leominster with a height advantage right now. Ayer Shirley a little bit small in the interior.
Kelly finds a Forsberg shot for a 3. Front rim, no. Rebound down for Davis. Goes coast to coast. Not able to finish. Ball is out of play. Last touched by Leominster. And it'll be Ayer Shirley basketball with 24 to shoot. Bounce pass inside, layup up, will not go. Rebound down for Caldwell. Caldwell will turn the action right to left up the floor. Drop it off for Pompey. Step back 3, short, got her own rebound. On the follow-up, will get it to go. Juliana Pompey.
She knew it too. It was going to be short. She just hustled right to the spot. Got a nice putback.
2-minute mark of quarter 1, 8-5 Leominster's advantage. Through the lane. Arkelian not able to finish the lay-in, and once again Caldwell comes up underneath with the rebound.
Blue Devils controlling the defensive board now, getting good position. One and done the last couple of trips for Ayer.
Kelly for Forsberg, baseline Pompey. First shot doesn't go, second one going up between a double team, draws the foul, and Pompey will go to the line, shoot 2.
Once again, good job on the rebound in action there, gets herself a trip to the line.
Arkelian's first, team second of the first half for the Panthers. Pompey makes her first.
Indeed she does. 1:41 to play here in quarter 1, 9-5. The advantage for Leominster.
Panthers going bigger now on the interior. Salmon back in.
And that's the matchup inside, of course, with Nevard and Pompey. Second one will go. Leominster doubles up at 10-5 over Ayer Shirley. Sub into the game on the whistle. That's Sabina Marwa checking into the action. There have been a whole lot of hairstyle changes since the last time we saw this girls team as well.
For more than one.
As Arkelian drives the lane, shot draws the bump. They're calling the foul on the floor. So it'll be an inbound right of the basket.
That'll be Kelly's first, team second.
Arkelian finds Salmon through Cormier. Now back to Arkelian. Top of the key, drives a cleared out right side, working on Kelly. Got the side of the rim. Kelly might have gotten stepped on as the shot went up. She's gimping her way back up the floor. Kelly will go into the corner. Find Marwa, the drive, scrape glass, down it goes. Final minute 7 left here in the first quarter.
Sabina Marwa, not somebody you want to lose track of on the court.
And an offensive foul. Arkelian the drive on Nevard.
That'll be her second, team third for the Panthers.
1:02 to play here in quarter 1, 12-5 Leominster's lead. Taylor Boulay into the action for the first time tonight. Swings back for Kelly. Then Forsberg finds Marwa, foul line jumper. Front rim, no. Rebound ripped down by Sam in the center. Final 43 seconds here of quarter one.
Ayer Shirley's rebounding action much more productive when Salmon is in the game on the interior. Physicality, pretty impressive under that basket for number 20.
Gravel will swing, find its way to the left side of the lane. Arakelian's drive through the middle of the lane is short of the mark. Coach Corey Phillips wants a deflection. He's not going to get it. Ball will go to Leominster at the 25.5-second mark of quarter one. Shot clock off through the rest of this first quarter. Full court pressure here from the Panthers. Boulay finds its way through the lane, cross midcourt, bounces to Marwa, Boulay rebound, and the shot goes back up, draws the contact. Boulay's going to the line to shoot two. 16 6/10 left here in the first quarter.
Reardon picks up her first team fourth of the half.
And Boulay's first one will go down.
5 different Lady Blue Devils on the offensive scoring sheet in the first quarter alone. That's good news for them.
Second one won't go for Boulay. Salmon the rebound. Forsberg got caught in the action, and then there's a foul for Marwa reaching in transition.
She gets pesky, and when she gets pesky, sometimes she gets a little out of control.
Comes across the defense there. Looking for the inbound. This is Reardon. Goes backcourt for Salmon. 8 seconds left here in the first quarter. Reardon, the drive. Now 3 seconds here in the quarter. Looks for Salmon on the entry. Got deflected. Salmon got the ball. Turnaround shot from the foul line. Catches the rim and will not go. A disjointed first quarter for both Blue Devils and Panthers, but through one here from the gym at Ayer Shirley. It's a 13-5 Leominster advantage.
Good quarter for the Blue Devils. After the open couple of minutes, found a way to take control of that defensive boards, and it's nice to see, like to see those second, third opportunities by your opponent, and found a way on the other end too. A couple of nice give and goes on interior bounce passes. We love to see that.
K-Zone Game of the Week brought to you by Cinema World. Experience more of what you love at a place you love. That's Cinema World Fitchburg, the way movies were meant to be seen on the silver screen. And Airport Auto Parts, a second generation of automotive recyclers, provides the best customer experience online at airportautoparts.com. From our Walker Orthodontics broadcast position, a pioneer in advanced airway orthodontics, online at drwalker.com. Your first step to a better night's sleep starts with Walker Orthodontics. And Kate Robbins, your first quarter stats, they're brought to you by the One Stop Shop. For all your comic book and video game needs, there's only one stop. It's the One Stop Shop, and our one stop for stats is Kate Robbins. Kate?
As we mentioned previously, 5 different Lady Blue Devils on the offensive scoring stat sheet in the first quarter, so that's certainly positive news for them. On the flip side, for Ayer Shirley, the Panthers, only 2 Panthers have reached the basket thus far tonight. We have a basket from Davis and a basket from Reardon that accounts for their 5 points. We have a foul once again here.
Yeah, I was on an Arakelian drive just 7 seconds into this second quarter. They took just 1 minute between quarters, and a fast-moving first quarter leads to a fast-moving second. 7 seconds already off the board. Arakelian goes to the line shooting 2.
That'll be Nevard's first.
And Arakelian, half court right at the foul line, gets the first to fall. 7:53 to play, second quarter, 13-6 our score. And Arakelian goes 2 for 2 and brings the Panthers within 6. Full court pressure comes from Ayer Shirley. Leominster going to try to dribble their way through it. It's Kelly and Boulay. Boulay finds Kelly, crossing the timeline. Half court left, the bounce for Marwa. Finds Boulay, loses a defender and walked with the basketball. Perhaps could have been called with leading with the forearm as well. It was pick your poison there. And the inbound from Davis sent over to the Panther bench. An unforced error. Leominster will get possession right in front of our sideline location. Kelly handles the inbound, goes back to the midcourt for Boulay. Bounce entry for Marwa, who bounces it inside for Bello. Bello on the doorstep left this time, finishes the lay-in.
Great extra look by Marwa right there. Got cut off at the pass, but found a way to pass it to a teammate.
For somebody like Marwa to work so well on the interior, nice job finding your big there on that baseline.
Salmon has the ball knocked away from her there by Boulay.
Good hands-up defense by the Blue Devils.
And Boulay tries to dribble it out of trouble. Had some help back there, found Marwa across the timeline right to left. Go right baseline. Bello this time doesn't use glass and missed the shot. Salmon the rebound.
When Salmon's in there, her rebounding skills have been fantastic thus far.
Back down floor, lay-in opportunity was missed by Davis. Leominster comes down with the rebound. Boulay gets a good look straight away left side. Back rim no, and the rebound into the hands of Churchill. With the giveaway in transition, finds Kelly, and Kelly will lay it in.
Kelly now the sixth blue, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, sixth Blue Devil on the stat sheet.
And another giveaway by the Panthers at midcourt. It's Marwa, goes up court, finds Kelly, finishes at the rim, and puts Leominster on top by 12 at 19-7. 6:18 to play here in the second quarter, and a timeout on the floor. This one taken by the Panthers.
A couple of quick baskets by the Blue Devils right there, and all of a sudden that lead's widened out.
Well, right there you can see multiple turnovers back to back. When Salmon's not in, Leominster doing a much better job than Ayer Shirley rebounding the ball. Salmon able to rebound the ball in the defensive end, but not able to get back in transition quick enough to help her teammates back on the offensive end to get all of the rebounds necessary in order to be incredibly effective.
And this is a first-year head coach in Corey Phillips here at Ayer Shirley. He inherited the team from Peter Page, who of course was the head coach last year, and this Ayer Shirley team went undefeated in the COVID-modified season last year, but that unbeaten team last year graduated 6 seniors. So this is a young team
Certainly.
with a new head coach putting a new program in place. Coach Phillips had 4 years as head coach at Hopedale prior to his stint here at Ayer Shirley. So certainly a change in program, a change in philosophy, Kate, and in that transition with a younger team, it's going to take time to get that information in place.
Well, not only that, when you only have less than a handful of student athletes who have varsity minutes, that transition can be a little painful at times because there's a lot of learning that has to go on. That when your program only has about 15 people in the program, a lot of playing time, that's a good thing, but not a lot of JV playing time in some instances, not able to necessarily fill out a full JV schedule.
Churchill missed the three-point opportunity. Leominster in transition, half court left. Bello taps it on for Kelly, who then slings it over to Caldwell. Caldwell rebalances the floor, top of the key with 10 to shoot. From the half court left, the entry for Bello through the lane. 1 foot lift and lay in good. Leominster crosses to 21-7.
Nice hands up pass there though, and laid it right into her. No dribble necessary. Great job on the look.
Bello now with a team high 8 points.
Churchill sent it toward the baseline looking for Salmon. It may or may not have been out of play. There was a whistle.
It must be an inadvertent whistle because I saw it going out of bounds. I already stopped the clock. There was no whistle for it to be out of bounds. So an inadvertent whistle here from the near official nearest us. So they're going to have to reset. Ayer Shirley will retain possession. I thought it was going out of bounds. I stopped the clock.
Now 17
I don't know
to
how
shoot.
anybody got to that.
5:19 is what the board in the building shows. They will inbound. It's Davis. They maintain possession to the Panthers half court right. A confusing moment, but it just kind of maybe resettled the floor a little bit for Ayer
who
Shirley.
physically could have gotten to that ball.
4 to shoot. Eric Kellion with the ball in the right wing.
Nice defense by Kelly there,
Indeed, Eric Kellion got the shot up, caught a piece of the rim, and the rebound is down for Churchill, but she gave it away to Keenan, who threw it away to Churchill, who then finds Davis. Davis takes a long 2, and down it goes.
Nice turnaround on the steal right there. Grab a quick 2 points.
Unsettled situation there, yes. Kelly kept it alive, found Bello. Bello couldn't finish the lay-in, out-jumped on the rebound by Salmon. And here come the Panthers. It's Davis with the right baseline drive. Over the back of the rim, doesn't go. Salmon, the putback, doesn't go either. And then there's a foul in the rebounding action. Push called. Looked like, was that 12 signal?
I
Grace
believe it
Cormier,
was.
the
Yep.
freshman.
It is, yes. Her first is going to be team 5th. So Cormier's first, team 5th for the Panthers in the first half.
A flurry of substitutions into the game. Panthers set up a 2-3 zone on the half court here. As up floor comes Leominster.
Todd's favorite 2-3 zone, and if you watch any of the ACC Network Best Place, go ahead.
There's the pick by Davis out of that 2-3, jumping in the passing lane and finishing at the rim.
Best place to beat the 2-3 zone right at the top of the key, if anybody was wondering.
Well, right there at that foul line, where the conference logo would be. 4 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Nevard's drive is whistled down for a walk, and the ball will go back to Ayer Shirley.
You having trouble recognizing Isabella Nevard, by the way, Todd?
I am. I talked about it. Bill Thomas, she's one of the ones that changed the
I know
hairdo
it.
to what I
The hair
believe.
color is throwing me off.
If I remember, this I believe is her natural hair color, because remembering all the way back to her freshman year, I believe this was her natural hair color. But somebody could correct me if I'm wrong. She's been on the scale from this to blonde, somewhere
Somewhere in the middle once in a while.
The turnaround drive. This is Reardon.
Good defense by
Yeah.
Nevard right there.
Got trapped on the right block, and then there's a whistle.
That was all Nevard. Caused that turnover, and then the reach and foul coming the other way. Nice defense by Isabella. Must have heard us talking about it.
3:30 and counting here in the second quarter. Second foul billed to Reardon. 21-11, Leominster's advantage. They got the ball. Half court left. This is Caldwell. Caldwell goes cross-court skip, puts it in the hands of Keenan. Keenan launches up a 3. It misses everything. Eric Kelly in the rebound. The drive. Churchill tried the entry pass for Salmon. It got picked by Bello, who dribbles in transition from right to left. Find Caldwell. Bounce over for Keenan. Keenan drives to the right elbow. That shot doesn't go, but the rebound is long all the way out to Pompey, who now loads up Keenan for a 3 from the left. Doesn't go. Caldwell the long rebound. Third opportunity. A miss as well. Eric Kelly in the rebound. Down floor, it's Davis. Drives left baseline. Has it taken away. And Caldwell's got the basketball right to left. She comes up the floor.
Bello using her size there on the defensive end, and now on the offensive end. She likes that spot.
Indeed she does.
Absolutely, Kate. Very observant, and I was about to comment on the same thing, using her height on both ends of the court.
And Nevard with the nice find goes block to block with the pass.
Bello another rebound.
And then down floor.
Bello with a team high 10.
Pompey
Ooh, boy.
finds Caldwell. Caldwell goes back to Pompey, and there's a loss of the basketball. It's Eric Killian. Scoop shot up the lane, does not go, and Bello the rebound. Giveaway in transition, ends up at a tied basketball. 2:02 to play here in the second, and on the alternate possession, I believe this belongs to Leominster, and it does.
Bello having a great game tonight up to this point. It's nice to see somebody else showing that little spark, but not just on one end of the court, on both ends of the court tonight for Bello.
Not easy to get back in transition that quickly to be part of both ends of the play, so she's doing a nice job.
Caldwell finds Shannon Smith returning to the game, and Pompey now feed Nevard. Nevard through the lane, absorbed a little contact, but finished the lay-in. 98 seconds before halftime, it's 25-11. Leominster's advantage.
With that basket, Nevard now the 7th Blue Devil on the offensive stat sheet.
Eric Hellion, the drive, throws up the wild shot, missed everything. Pompey, the uncontested rebound. She'll take it right to left, missed the lay-in. Bello, the follow-on, gets fouled in the act of shooting, and Bello will go to the line to shoot 2.
That'll put Leominster in the bonus.
Sorry, Kate, good inside position there by Bello to put that offensive put back up and get herself a trip to the line.
That'll be Brown's first, team 7th. Leominster shooting 1-on-1.
I think the Blue Devil girls look a little bit taller in these dark uniforms tonight, Todd and Kate.
I think it's because we're sitting lower and closer to the floor, Bill Thomas, in a larger room. But either way, the look's growing on me, but you can't read the front of the jersey.
I wish the numbers were outlined.
Just needs a little
Just
outline.
outlined in white.
The two
yeah, a
of
little
you
trim.
are too
little
much.
trim.
Bello 0 of 2 on the trip, but Pompey's got the rebound. The putback will go, and that will force a timeout. Coach Corey Phillips stops the clock with 1:18 to play in the second quarter and a 27-11 hole. His team is chasing uphill.
Try to get a couple of plays in here before the half and get a couple of baskets back. You know, it's tough when you miss out on an offensive, you give up an offensive rebound on a foul putback and they score 2 right off the bat. That's very demoralizing.
Game of the week on the K-Zone brought to you by Viola's Fitchburg Tire, Harvard Outdoor Power, Jarvis Ford, and Rhino Linings of Leominster. We thank you all so very much for your support of this interscholastic action and the game of the week this winter on the K-Zone. At the 44-second mark, Kate, they got me with the timeout clock up there on
they
the
got
board.
me. I tell you.
I was going to say,
I
44-second
just
mark
put
here in the second
my
quarter.
clock down to 44 seconds, thinking I might have screwed the same thing up. So my clock might have to go back to 1:20. So get ready, folks, because I thought I screwed up.
The Daktronic scoreboards here, and this is very common now, they can actually show timeouts by just indicating that a timeout was called,
Yep,
and then
go
the
back.
board will actually switch the game clock for a timeout clock. So it is the 1:18 mark
There we go.
of the second quarter, and we're back to action here. Okay.
Had to go back up.
No harm,
My
no
bad.
foul. Caldwell comes in from behind of Reardon, reached in. Panthers keep the basketball right at midcourt at the 1:12 mark.
Going to be shooting.
No.
27-11. Now just the
Oh, not yet. I'm looking at
fifth
the wrong
foul,
side of the
whistled
scoreboard.
against
Yep.
Leominster.
Blue Devils will be shooting.
Oh boy.
Well, that's a
Reardon
tough
goes
pass.
cross court into the lane. It got knocked down, and Marwa came up with a loose basketball and then walked with it. Ball will go back to Ayer Shirley.
Those cross-court passes just make coaches cringe.
They make coaches. I think they make me do. I just go ill-advised, ill-advised, ill-advised in my head.
Danger, danger. Final minute here before halftime.
But when you're in a pickle and that five-second count comes up,
Davis with the giveaway. Got tapped away, and Pompey dribbles it out of trouble for Leominster. To half court left.
Again.
And there's another walk with it. And the ball will go back to Ayer Shirley. 46 1/10 before halftime. And Coach Phillips does a little offense for defense shuffle here. Inbound will come right in front of his own bench, the junior Madison Davis. Sends it to the backcourt looking for Churchill. Churchill working on Smith. Smith with a close guard as Churchill crosses the half court from left to right. Now will drive, right side of the lane. Churchill takes it all the way. Lay in good.
Nice ball control right there. Decided to do it all on her own.
and that's what the coaching staff for Ayer Shirley has been looking for and talking about how fast Ayer Shirley has been playing, basically that concept of playing off the rails, not able to keep their system. But
and another pick by Davis. Davis takes it down the lane, draws the contact from Marwa. 2 shots coming up by Madison Davis in a flurry of action here before halftime. 12 1/10 second before the half, and Davis is going to the line for the Panthers to shoot 2.
Once again, Kate, that ill-advised cross-court pass becomes a factor again, gets picked.
team 6th for Leominster. They bill it to 3, but we don't have a 3. That's supposed to be Marwa, 5,
5, yes.
and that one went in.
The first one does go down.
And that's Davis, correct?
Indeed it was. Second opportunity here, 12 seconds before halftime. Shot clock is off. Second one will go down. Here we go in transition, it's Caldwell. Caldwell goes to the right for Boulay. Now gets it back, tries left side. Ends up with Smith on the left block, caught in a double team. A held ball is signaled. The alternate possession favors Ayer Shirley. 2 8/10 seconds before halftime, and Ayer Shirley's got another chance to cut into this Leominster lead. Go long distance pass Davis for Salmon. Turnaround at the buzzer. Back rim, no. But a great exchange there. Great recognition by Madison Davis to go down floor and find the senior Salmon at the top of the key on the other end of the floor. And that shot was just off the mark. Halftime here inside the gym at Ayer Shirley Regional tonight. Leominster with a 27-15 halftime lead that at best feels tenuous.
Yeah, but nice time out there by Coach Phillips with about a minute and a half left, and Air found its way to 4 quick points there to close out the half. So a little something to build on here at halftime and to come out in the third quarter for the Ayer Shirley Panthers.
Game of the week here on the K-Zone, brought to you by Clear Path for Veterans. Clear Path for Veterans New England by Northeast Insurance supports families with connections to the latest in wellness options. We owe it to them to do our part. Donate now at clearpathne.org. This message brought to you by Northeast Insurance Agency. Leominster enjoys a 27-15 lead at the half over the host, Ayer Shirley, in our K-Zone Game of the Week. Here on AM 1280, 105.3 FM, WPKZstream.com, and with our partners on RFM as well. Streaming on Facebook tonight at facebook.com/Media Rivalry. Coming up at the half, Kate will recap our first half stats. We'll preview upcoming action, plus look at our mid-game adjustments. All that as we continue from the gym at Ayer Shirley tonight. 27-15, Leominster on top, Ayer Shirley at the half. A break and we're back with more. This is the Game of the Week on the K-Zone. 3. Back at the half here to the gym at Ayer Shirley Regional tonight, our K-Zone game of the week. Todd Robbins, Bill Thomas, Kate Robbins, and you. Great to have you along with us here on a beautiful Tuesday night, February the 22nd, 2022 out there. If you don't find yourself at a wedding or, at some other date related to 22 event, you find yourselves at girls basketball tonight on the radio side of things here on AM 1280, 105.3 FM and WPKZstream.com with our game of the week or with our partners at RFM, Facebook.com/Media Rivalry, and great to have you with us here on our game of the week. Halftime here on the K-Zone is brought to you by Marigal Medical, a physical medicine clinic in Leominster, providing care and treatment to patients of all ages. Online at marigalmedical.com. 27-15, Leominster on top of Ayer Shirley at the half in girls basketball. Been an interesting first half of action. Kate's statistics, I think, will certainly bear that out. A first quarter of action that certainly may not be the world's best, one might argue, from either team, but Leominster edged themselves into the lead and then have slowly expanded that through the second quarter. Kate's stats brought to you by Liberty Supply Inc. Liberty Supply Incorporated. Service the way it used to be at Liberty Supply Inc. Kate, your first half stats. They're brought to you by Liberty Supply Inc.
All right, let's take a look at the Ayer Shirley Panthers side of the ball. First, obviously, the most notable is the 12-point deficit that they find themselves in after the first half. If we take a look at team totals, 14 rebounds, 2 steals, 13 turnovers. As a team, they shot 4 of 4 from the line, which is a great bright spot if you are a member of the coaching staff. Davis right now carrying things for the Panthers. She has a team-high 9 points. She shot 2 of 2 from the line. Aracelian, 2 of 2 as well, so she has 2 points. Reardon with 2 points. Churchill with 2 points as well. If we take a look at the Leominster Blue Devils side of the ball, as you said, first quarter, not exactly a barn burner for the Blue Devils, but they were able to get things going and put on a bit of a rout here in the second quarter. If we take a look, 7 different Lady Blue Devils contributing to the offensive stat sheet, which is a bright spot for Coach Rusty Frederick, meaning you're not just getting points from your starting 5, you're also getting some of that depth to contribute as well. Let's take a look at team totals first. 21 rebounds, no steals, 12 turnovers, 3 of 6 as a team from the line. Individual notable statistics, we talked about it in game. Bello taking control of the offense, especially on the layups. Team high 10 points, shooting 0 of 2 from the line. Boulay was 1 of 2 from the line. Marwa with 2 points. Keenan with 2 points. Kelly with 4 points. Nevard with 4 points. And Pompey with 4 points of her own. But again, the bright spot for Leominster, not only is Bello doing a great job in her rebounding. Right now, Leominster out rebounding the Panthers 21-14 in the first half, and a lot of that, especially those offensive boards, can go directly to either Bello or my other favorite, Marwa, because, why not have, some of the smallest people. The other person out here that's doing a great job, I believe it's Caldwell, also rebounding like a mad woman. And
yes,
again, not exactly Bello's size out there, but when you get scrappy and you get lost, things just happen. So love to see that from anybody, especially when they're giving up a lot of size. But a lot of positive things for the Blue Devils. Again, Davis right now is holding this Panthers offense together with 2 white fists, knuckle fists, because her team-high 9 points is what is keeping the Panthers in the game at the moment.
I want to highlight the performance of Frankie Bello in this first half for the freshman. Probably one of the best streamed/radio broadcasted games she's had in the games that we've seen throughout this year. 10 points in the first half, all down on that low block. And it hasn't been anything fancy. It's just been the ability to grab the basketball and do something with it. And, of course, use the glass to lay it in to help your angles as well.
Well, and that's the point where Leominster's offense has looked like it was operating on all cylinders most smoothly. One of the things that we noted right off the top is their court awareness seemed to be very clunky right off the bat. You could see that rust from having a week off of gameplay really coming back with a vengeance. And it took a while for them to just find each other on the court. To Ayer Shirley's credit, their defense was stifling in the first quarter. Their physicality, especially from Salmon on the interior, really impressive on that end of the court. Leominster was able to, in the second quarter, however, get their feet underneath them and find Bello when they have, especially when Salmon's not on the court, they have a distinct height advantage on those boards. Get Bello the ball. She's using glass. She's got those 10 points, each from the exact same spot, essentially.
Good things happen when you get Bello the ball on the low block. It's Leominster basketball to start the second half. And Bill Thomas's mid-game adjustments, they're brought to you by Great Road Farm and Garden. Get your gardening needs met locally at Great Road Farm and Garden on Great Road in Littleton. Bill Thomas, mid-game adjustments, starting first for this Ayer Shirley team who's looking uphill here in the second half.
Well, they got to find a way to get more offense out of somebody other than Davis there in that first half. But you know, the 4 quick points, and I'm sure that was something to talk about in the locker room, and more of that, I'm sure, is what Coach Phillips is looking for here to start the third quarter.
Leominster goes left to right here in half number 2, and that entry pass gets knocked down by Salmon, and Davis will turn it the other way as the Panthers go right to left here in half number 2. Nice entry by Davis, goes low block for Salmon, who finishes the lay-in and cuts the Leominster lead to 10, 27-17, 45 seconds into the second half.
Yeah, 6 straight Panther points there for leading into half 2 here and have cut into that lead.
Bill Thomas, let's look at the other side of things. Mid-game adjustments if you are wearing the black and royal blue tonight for Leominster.
Well, they got to take care of the basketball and cut down on turnovers. You know, they did a great job looking for Bello on the inside and make that extra pass. I think that's where the success was in the first half.
Caldwell makes the pass to Pompey, who lines up a 3 and buries it.
And a couple of those is only going to make Bello's jobs easier, whether it's getting open underneath or, you know, having to fight for those offensive rebounds.
Bill Thomas, you're absolutely right. Bringing that extra dimensionality with that peripheral shooting, certainly going to make Bello's job easier if Leominster continues to hit.
Well, you know, that's how you get the zone to loosen up.
Churchill got it on to Eric Killian, got the shot up, it did not go. 30-17 Leominster's lead, 6:20 to play here in the third. Leominster wearing these new road black tops, black bottoms trimmed in royal blue, smoke numerals in the royal blue, along with the smoke colored or stealth look numerals across the back, and Leominster in the stealth arched across the chest. The drive down the lane draws the foul call on the Churchill shot, and Churchill will go to the line to shoot 2 for the Panthers. Wearing the home white tops, white bottoms, trimmed in maroon and black. Panthers arched across the chest, the maroon numerals front and back as Churchill, the freshman, delivers the first.
Keenan picks up her team first of the second half for the Blue Devils.
Nobody in any real foul trouble up to this point, Kate, on either side?
Pretty clean.
Second one won't go for Churchill. 30-18 is where we stand at the 6-minute mark of the third. Pompey, the drive, float from the right side of the lane. That will fall, and it's 32-18 Leominster.
Pompey with a quick 5 points here.
Playing point guard right there. Nice coast to coast.
The entry from Davis for Salmon. Draws the contact from Bello. And that's going to send the senior Tori Salmon to the line to shoot 2. One of just 2 seniors on this varsity roster for Coach Corey Phillips in his first season. Edna Brown is the other. Salmon's first is a line drive into the front of the rim that won't go.
You know, Kate, you talked about the lack of a feeder program and only having 15 girls in the program. That's JV and varsity combined, or it's basically just one combined team at
Correct.
this point. You know, it's tough to develop talent when you don't have that lower level to feed your upper system.
Salmon goes 0 of 2 on that trip, and the down floor pass for Leominster in transition ends up with Caldwell in the corner. Ball gets taken away on the inside from Pompey, and Caldwell will handle the inbound as Leominster keeps with 22 to shoot. Caldwell for Pompey around for Forsberg. Caldwell steps inbounds, gets the pass from Forsberg, and Caldwell drills a 3.
Her first points of the game, that means that's 8 Blue Devils on the offensive stat sheet.
I was going to say pretty much everybody scored tonight except the coach.
35-18, Leominster's lead. Davis with the driving kick. Barkellian and the takeaway by Keenan from Davis. And Keenan draws the foul from Davis on the other end as Davis scrambles back into the play.
Nice quick hands right there. Top of the key. Good defense.
Davis's team first of the second half for the Panthers.
And Bill Thomas, you mentioned a little bit the small numbers here in a program that graduated 6 seniors after going undefeated last year, as we mentioned in the first half. 3 crossouts tonight between injuries and players that are no longer with the program, including Ava Murphy, the sophomore, who athletic director Steve Kendall said had the potential to be the best player in this program this year. An early injury ended her season. Bello, the rebound on the missed free throw, will finish at the rim for 2.
Laura Bello here in the third quarter on the offensive boards. Nice putback.
Salmon gets the entry pass. A 1 bounce, cleared the angle for the shot and got it to go. And the Panthers have crossed to the 20 mark. It's 37-20.
Salmon's offense has been what has been keeping this Panthers team in it in this second half.
Caldwell flashes in the right corner, goes entry pass, Bello. Got to reach for it. Turnaround shot doesn't go in a double team. Got her own rebound, though. Sends it back out for Keenan. Then over to Pompey. 3 is short. Caldwell got herself another rebound, and she dribbles it out of trouble somehow. Caldwell finds Forsberg for a 3, doesn't go. Caldwell got another rebound. This one all the way past the 3-point line. The inside, Forsberg for Bello, back out. Swing around, Caldwell 3. Front rim did not go, and boy, plenty of opportunities on the possession, left open for Leominster, and Caldwell certainly deserved that one as Davis comes back down floor and responds with a 3-point basket. 4:05 to play here in the third, 37-23.
Big momentum swing right there. Blue Devils unable to put back those offensive boards, and Panthers come right down and swish one.
Davis now with a team high 11 points. That's her first points of the second half.
Listen in on the timeout here. We're almost in the huddle in our broadcast position.
Absolutely, and you talk a little bit about how has this year gone? Where are the bright spots, so to speak, if you are this Panther team? And you got to look at, of course, who are these wins versus? 2 against Gardner, 2 against Narragansett, who we know were good girls basketball programs. Of course, they were part of that pod that Leominster was involved in last year. Then you have Tohoto and Bromfield and South Lancaster Academy, all wins for this Panther team this year. But then, they lost some of their games, including a couple of times, against the cream of the teams of their size. Lunenburg twice, Bromfield twice, West Boylston on 3 different occasions. Millis, Littleton, and Tohoto, all losses. And of course, you look at that Tohoto series, the lone split for the Panthers this year. And, it has been a growing opportunity as they work with just 15 players in a program that is most definitely in a redevelopment time period.
Well, that's one of the things. One of the bright spots that you can think about is with a short roster, you're going to have a lot of playing time, and that playing time is, especially with the youngsters, is only going to develop them so that by the time they're upperclassmen as juniors and seniors, they're going to be making some very significant contributions.
Keenan's shot from the left side won't go. Out of the rebound pile, it was last touched by Pompey. It'll be Panther basketball. 3:40 to play here in the third. This is Cormier. Goes left side, puts it in the hand of Montoya, and Montoya will finish the lay-in.
You can see the concerted effort, Bill Thomas, of this Panthers offense to kind of slow things down when they get into transition.
And here's a pick by Davis. Got in the passing lane, tries to finish at the rim. She allowed the defender to blow by. Kelly crashed for the rebound. Davis tried the takeaway. To the floor go the bodies.
Not giving up, that's for sure.
The lay-in will not go for Cormier, the freshman, and Caldwell's got the rebound. And in transition, Leominster goes left to right and pumps the brakes a little bit.
Davis, a one-man army down on the offensive end on that possession.
The junior, as Keenan gets a wide open 3-point look and makes it count by delivering.
Hard to defend that.
40-25, Leominster's lead.
Davis looking for some help there.
And Davis ends up having to go left through the hands of Cormier and then snap the pass through the hands of Salmon, out of play. Ball goes back to Leominster.
Timeout.
Coach Frederick takes a timeout.
Indeed he does at the 2:37 mark of the third quarter with a 40-25 lead for Leominster. Coach Frederick wants to talk things over on the bench. And we mentioned it a little bit off the top of the broadcast. If you were not with us and are just joining us, For both these teams, this is their last regular season opportunity to add to their totals. For Ayer Shirley, they look a little more assured of qualifying in their grouping. They were 22nd coming into the night in their division. Meanwhile, over on the Leominster side of things, they were 36th. Got to make the top 32 or have a 500 or better record going into the postseason. That 500 record does not look like it is necessarily on the doorstep. So then what is it? What's the thing that you're ultimately looking for? Well, if Leominster gets the win tonight, you stay on the bubble. You get a couple losses from the team in front of you or the teams in front of you. Maybe you get a couple wins from teams you lost to. And the mathematics hopefully works out that you can just climb to that 32nd spot.
Well, and even with a victory here in this game for the Blue Devils, because you're a Division II team playing in a Division V team, you're not going to be able to skyrocket up with a win in this game. And because Ayer Shirley also has a losing record, you're not going to be getting any, necessarily big-time quality points from them as well. So they're going to get a little bit of a boost from a win here if that is the end result for the Blue Devils. They're going to need help.
Kelly's three does not go. Caldwell crashes on the rebound, didn't have position. Montoya had the last tap, no check it. Cormier out of play, and the ball will stay with Leominster, and they lost possession. They'll get a fresh 30.
To your point, Kate, all the Blue Devils can do is take care of their own business and hope the math works. Margin of victory is a factor.
Caldwell, right corner, three, launches and fires.
You just do your best you can for yourself, and then, you see what happens at the end of the day.
Yep.
43-25, and that is exactly what Coach Rusty Frederick said in our text message exchange today. Their goal was to get the win. That's the thing they could control, and then just hope the mathematics work in their favor. Salmon's turnaround shot will not go. Rebound comes down for Forsberg.
Beautiful hook shot, though, by Salmon.
Indeed. She had good body position, was able to clear it, got the shot up, and just missed it.
Some of the skills that she's able to perform there with her size that look incredible on the interior.
Leominster working the ball around the arc, half court to the right. Caldwell back and forth with Kelly now. Caldwell with 4 to shoot, goes to Kelly. Kelly decides not to take the shot, and that's going to be a shot clock violation.
I struggle to understand how if you can hear your teammates telling you you're under 5 seconds while you look for a pass.
And you're standing at the
1
top
second.
of the key and you look up and acknowledge the clock, which is on the backboard.
That I cannot fathom.
Yeah, Kelly was certainly aware, decided to try to split 2 defenders and dribble to safety.
And then pass.
Not able to get a shot off in the waning seconds of that possession.
That's going to be a foul.
And yeah, that is a foul coming across the body of our Arkelian. And the push call looks like against Boulay.
Team third. That'll be Boulay's first.
At the 1:14 mark here of the third quarter. 43-25, Leominster's lead. Girls basketball K-Zone game of the week, and great to have you along with us. As Nevard dribbles it away, goes to the floor, comes to the near side, tapped out of play. And they say last touch there, Shirley. Leominster gets the benefit of the hustle play and the turnover. Left to right goes Leominster over half court. Nevard back in the game. Baseline pass for Marwa. Marwa now pinches in left to right to the lane. That doesn't go. Battle for the rebound is Kelly and Salmon. Held ball, alternate possession. It's Panther basketball.
Salmon is feisty.
Showing
Indeed
her strength right there.
She is
absolutely
feisty.
Oh, she knew on the tail of the tape she owned that exchange.
Yes, she did.
And she
I
swung
would have
Kelly
just
around
been
like a rag
you know
doll.
what? All you.
That's it. That one's yours.
That one's yours.
A push on the drive.
But then again, I don't like having anybody near me.
Tough pick right there.
47 1/10 left here in the third. Fresh 30 seconds on the possession for the Panthers. Salmon will get the inbound at the timeline. Underhand for Churchill. Come to the corner, find Reardon. Reardon, head fake, baseline drive. Shot is short, rebound down for Forsberg. But a 10-second differential. As Leominster goes left to right, Nevard walked with it, and the ball will go back to Ayer Shirley.
Nice defense right there, though. Cut Nevard's path off and really had no option to take that extra step, trying to avoid the
We got some
contact.
blood.
Yeah, I think we did, indeed.
More than some.
Trainer right here.
Yeah, that foul or excuse me, the lack of foul. The blood over here comes to the near side, and that's Eliza Arnold, who is newly into the game.
It's not automatic 2 minutes, drawing blood.
I was going to say, indeed, it's not. That'd be a double minor. Bill Thomas trying to squeeze it, get
That'd
the
be
4 minutes.
That'd be 4. That's
Shot
right.
clock's off, 18 seconds left here in the third. Marwa's 3 doesn't go, but Boulay, the rebound and put back from the doorstep, will go. Leominster does make it to 45-25. Final 10 seconds here of the third. Up floor. This is Churchill to the foul line, pops a little shot, got the glass to help, but it's too strong, gets reloaded. This one goes at the buzzer.
That one counts.
Is that Davis?
That was indeed Emily Churchill, a freshman, who took the first opportunity. It didn't go. The rebound kicked all the way back out. It made it back into her hands. She had enough time for a left spot dribble, popped the shot again, and that one went at the buzzer. 45-27. Leominster's lead through 3 quarters here inside the gym at Ayer Shirley tonight on our K-Zone game of the week. It's brought to you by Colonial Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. The team at Colonial Hudson is here to make your new or used car purchase or lease stress-free. Online at colonialdodgechryslerjeep.com. Todd Robbins, Bill Thomas, Kate Robbins, and you. Great to have you along with us tonight here on the K-Zone. DJ Derek Drown back at Master Control, pushing the buttons and making the magic happen on the radio end of things. Meanwhile, if you're joining us on our RFM feed tonight, facebook.com/Media Rivalry, great to have you with us tonight as well. Well, Bill Thomas, 3 quarters in the books. Leominster has done their part through 3 quarters. This is now kind of lining yourself up. You got to finish this one out, and then you got to be hoping the dominoes are falling in your favor elsewhere across the region.
It's all about the math, Todd and Kate. We'll see how it works out at the end of the night, but you got to take care of business right here in this 4th quarter.
Nowhere better than like hearing the words, it's all about the math. Why is there something about that I don't enjoy?
Because you don't understand the math, that's why.
You don't have the
And
algorithm.
nobody will
Indeed.
explain it to us.
The drive, the push shot will go for Kelly. Leominster holds their lead at 20 at 47-27, 30 seconds into the final quarter.
Ooh, on the out of bounds.
And
over
out of play, yeah, Arkelian is over the sideline.
Washed herself.
Leominster will get the ball back. Kate, your stats through 3 quarters. They're brought to you by Central Communication Systems. The experts at Central Communication Systems are the key provider for thousands of businesses around New England since 1991. Learn more at central-inc.com. Central Communication Systems.
Right now, Leominster continuing to extend its lead to 18 after 3 quarters. They continue to out-rebound the Panthers. Salmon, however, incredible job on the interior for Ayer Shirley. Nobody really in foul trouble except for maybe Marwa. Marwa's got 3 right now for Leominster.
Davis dribbled that one out of play for the Panthers, so Leominster gets the ball right back. And this is Bello. Turnaround shot got taken away, but then there is a walk on the subsequent action, and the ball out of the hands of Gravel will go back to Leominster.
Nice interior defense by Salmon, once again using their height, hands up.
Marwa, bounce entry, finds Nivard. Nivard, step back 3-pointer, front rim no. Rebound for Boulay in a triple team. Inside outs it for Kelly. Shot rattled down but then popped out. It never went all the way. Bello got the rebound on the subsequent action. Fed Marwa. Boulay is wide open on the doorstep.
Waving.
She'll get it. Lay in will not fall. A wide open bunny for Boulay won't go. It got deflected into the hands of Bello. Turnaround shot gets fouled, and Bello will shoot 2.
Oh, the Panthers caught chasing the ball there, but unfortunately, the Blue Devils unable to convert in that open layup.
Salmon ends up picking up her second team's second of the second half. Bello at the line.
Sometimes you can be too open.
That
Bello-
might be the definition of too open, Bill Thomas.
Bello right now with the team high 12 points for the Blue Devils.
That first free throw does not go for Bello. K-Zone Game of the Week brought to you by Builder Surplus. A great selection of first quality building materials at prices you will like. Online at builders-surplus.com. You know what you need. Get it at Builders Surplus for less. Second shot doesn't go either for Bello. And back down floor in transition. The Panthers pass deflected out of play. And they will keep the basketball half court left. This is Davis for Montoya. Drives to the foul line. Arkelian, left side drive. Everybody skids to the floor. Looks like the
Apparently
ice
that was
capades. Back down floor, it's Nevard who was dribbling kind of aimlessly, and Ayer Shirley almost took it away from her. Leominster keeps the basketball, half court right, 15 to shoot. Nevard tried a little body reposition and then a bounce entry for Bello in the back pocket. It got tipped out of play. Leominster keeps with 13 to shoot.
Trying to catch Salmon in a double team there, but she got back on defense. Quick hands.
Come on out a little, Maddie. Tori, take that away. Tori, guard the post. Maddie, come on out.
To the top of the key, this is Caldwell. 8 to shoot. Forsberg.
Nobody home.
Overhand entry looking for Bello. Yes, long on the mark and out of play.
Things starting to look pretty sloppy for the Blue Devils.
Indeed they are. And, you know, this has been, we talk about a team that's trying to, of course, develop here. You're talking about a Leominster team that has one senior that contributed exactly 0 meaningful minutes, as the Panthers will take a timeout at the 5:47 mark here in the fourth. And that's Ava McDonald, who we've talked about throughout the year, who went out with an injury before the season really even got started. And so you've had Leominster that has been dominated on the floor with freshmen and sophomores for the most part, and a couple of juniors sprinkled in. But again, a junior like Kylie Cudahy, who would have again contributed serious minutes. She didn't contribute anything meaningful because of an injury, has missed most of the year. So for Leominster, it's been a team of freshmen and sophomores that have literally been growing up as varsity players throughout this year.
We talked about that, and we also mentioned it for Ayer Shirley as well. When you have so much youth at the varsity level, and we see it a lot more in girls athletics than we do in boys athletics. I mean, it's very rare to even have a freshman on a varsity roster for the boys side of things. But when you can have freshmen and sophomores making incredibly meaningful contributions, meaning that they're getting the vast majority of the playing time for the team, number one, yes, they're going to be growing pains, but as a coach, you should essentially be salivating to be looking 2 to 3 to even 4 years down the road, because it's only going to mean maturation, because the quality time under your tutelage as a coach, only good things can happen from that.
And the opportunity to grow your program as well. Out of the timeout taken by the Panthers, they control the ball, half court to the left. Davis found Salmon. Got fouled in the act of shooting. She's going to the line for 2.
Leominster picks up team 5th, and that will be Bello's 2nd. So that battle between Bello and Salmon has been going on all night long. Neither of them necessarily in foul trouble yet, so it's a pretty clean sheet for both of them.
The inbound, Arkelian finds Davis, and the pass is picked. This is Kelly, tapped it into the open floor and finishes at the rim. Nicole Kelly with a takeaway and finish at the rim.
For a younger player, her court awareness and her ability to jump the lane, pretty impressive.
Arkelian steps through 2 defenders and finishes at the rim on her own right. Lead stays at 20, it's 49-29. Forsberg pops up a 3, does not go. Montoya defends the loose ball, it will roll out of play, and the Panthers get the basketball back. Update on Arnold, a couple of butterfly band-aids at the trainer, able to close up that wound over the left eye. Very much looks like a boxing injury there.
I think it's a scratch. Oh, was it an elbow?
Yeah, I think it was. Caught one maybe in the rebounding action. Happens often, face leans in a little bit, maybe you catch an elbow.
This is why my winter sport had lane lines.
Back up floor, it's Bello.
You think
From
I
Caldwell.
just...
Oh, I know you don't. As Bello's shot misses short off the front rim.
I still got a black eye.
Yeah, this is true. This is very true. Gotta watch out on those team swims.
Yeah, those relays, they're dangerous.
Arkelian, half court left.
Iron forges iron.
Indeed it does, and it's Reardon who has it taken away by Caldwell, who's had a great night tonight. She's contributed a handful of points, but really, her rebounding presence and her presence taking the basketball away has showed some great growth for the freshman Caldwell, and a good sign of future things to come.
How did Bello stay in bounds with that?
I was going to say, and now she'll
she
get the
is.
opportunity for the payoff. Couldn't finish the lay-in at the doorstep, lost it out of play. Ball back to Ayer Shirley.
That looked pretty the whole
Good luck.
way.
She knows it. Smile on her face. Should have had it.
And in that flurry of action, Kelly was the oldest player, the sophomore, working with 2 freshmen in that exchange, Caldwell and Bello.
Man, oh man. Bello in 3 years, that's going to be impressive.
Indeed.
Beautiful.
As Ayer Shirley dribbles left, pops a little 2, and down it goes from long distance, 49-31. 3.5 to play here with the 4th quarter. Game of the week here on the K-Zone. Into the corner. Forsberg goes inside looking for Pompey. It got poked back out. Arkelian in transition, and she lost it out of play over the sideline. The ball will go back to Leominster. Very narrow sideline over on that far side of the floor with, of course, the stands pulled all the way out. Forsberg, cross court, finds the hand of Caldwell. Caldwell goes back cross court to Forsberg. Then for Kelly. Kelly has it taken away as she splits 2 defenders, and there was a reach across the arm. Leominster will keep with the foul on the floor.
I hear you mumble something, Kate.
Nope, not me, Billy Thomas.
Was it that cross-court pass?
No, you know I love that.
She was going for the high lob.
Yeah, you know I love it.
High lob.
Yep, that's the 3rd foul for Ayer Shirley in the 2nd half. Bill Thomas, you're baiting me at this point.
High lob.
Kate's one of those people, Bill Thomas, you know, in Monopoly, if she lands on take a chance, she quits.
Yep.
In the corner, this is Caldwell. That one does not go. She much prefers a sure thing.
A sure thing. Exactly right.
You got it.
She'd rather land on community chest.
That's right.
She knows it's going to pay off.
That's right. You're both mean.
Not at all, as there's a foul on the 3-point action. Kelly delivers the 3, and she'll go to the line for a 4-point play.
One of the rarest plays in basketball, and she's got a chance to complete one.
Oh, ye but few.
Arkelian picks up her 3rd, team 4th of the 2nd half for the Panthers. Kelly right now, another impressive effort for the youngster. She has 7 points in this quarter alone so far, bringing her to 11 points on the night thus far. Chance to get number 12 right here. And she does not.
Not able to finish the 4-point play, but the rebound bounces out to Davis.
Blame me.
Hey, you know what? We take a lot of time here to mention things that go on that involve, obviously, the game itself. And you know, we do our fair share of officiating from the stands. But I got to give a kind of a pat on the back here to the official here. Just a moment ago, during that stop in the action, he saw as the timeout comes here on the floor. Perfect time for storytelling. I love when that works out. Timeout on the floor, taken by Ayer Shirley. Coach Corey Phillips, 2:40 to play here
so you can
in
get
the
through your
fourth.
story.
Absolutely. So the official saw
Imagine Sicily,
I was going to say
1921.
You're with me? You're right. But it's tonight. Imagine Ayer Shirley, and remember 2022. Anyway, small fan over along the baseline. Official took notice of them there over with a family member, and just during a moment while the foul was being reported out or whatever, rolled the ball over to that young fan who got a chance to catch the ball and bounce it back to the official. Had a chance to do it a second time as well. Just, you know, one of those moments where, you know, Bill Thomas, just you're sowing a seed for a future, for a little knee biter, you know, able to maybe get an opportunity in there. And attaboy to the official there for recognizing a moment.
It starts with creating a fan, and then before you know it, you got a player and you got a friend on top of it, and who knows where it leads.
Bill Thomas got a good look at it there, kind of in the side of the action as we were looking at the pre-free throw setup there on that last exchange. Game of the week here on the K-Zone brought to you by Bolton Orchards. Get fresh every day in Bolton at the junction of Route 110 and 117. Take the short drive to Bolton Orchards today.
You even got your story in on time.
And a read as well. 2:40 to play here in the fourth. 52-31, Leominster's lead.
That's the problem.
And the action thrown all the way into the backcourt, and this is Arnold back into the game. Couple of butterfly band-aids over the eye, and she's able to advance the ball on for Churchill, who'll dribble it back right to left, but just 4 to shoot. Davis throws up the tough angle shot, got it on the rim, rebound battle, and Marwa will rip it away.
Smallest player on the court.
Bill Thomas, Todd mentions the butterfly bandages because he's never looked that tough in his life. FYI, that's why he keeps mentioning it.
Well, hey, you just add a little something. I'll tell you right now, if I needed a butterfly Band-Aid, call the ambulance.
Oh my God,
I'm
he'd cry. Oh my goodness.
10 to shoot. This is Marwa. Sets up a Boulay 3 from the left side. Long of the mark. Smith tried to save it along the baseline, cannot. Ball out of play. Ball goes back to Ayer Shirley at the 1:59 mark here of the fourth.
Bill Thomas and I would have to take over the broadcast and tend to you.
Todd has never muttered the words "cut me."
No, not at all. We're showing a 49-31 game on our board. In the building, they're showing Kate 52-31.
That's probably
Did we
my
miss
fault.
a basket here?
Sure, why not?
We'll give
There
the
you
Blue
go.
Devils
Give
a
'em
three-pointer.
Give him a throw.
I just want to make sure we get the right number at the end. 52-31,
I was
Leominster's
enamored by
lead.
your story. I just
I
couldn't handle
know.
it.
You were stuck in Sicily, 1941. Sophia, Golden Girls, gotta love it.
Nothing better.
Shot off the rim, rolls out of play. Ball will go back to Ayer Shirley. 94 seconds left in this one.
Golden Girls reference,
Oh.
really?
Absolutely, never miss an opportunity, Bill
Bill
Thomas.
Thomas, don't you go there. 'Cause I will fight to the death on that.
And their neighbors, empty nest there.
You guys are crazy.
Drive down the sideline.
You can make all the
Older-
NASCAR references you want. I get
Older-
as many Golden Girls references as I
Older
want.
married couple watching, what's it, the sitcom channel?
Absolutely. Hallmark sometimes as
That's
well.
it, that's
This one is short of the mark. Battle of the baseline. Held ball.
You just
Alternate
called us
possession.
older.
Ayer Shirley. Oh.
Bill Thomas
Bill
just
Thomas just called
us
us older.
Older.
I know.
It's all relative.
I know.
Older.
But that's where we are in life. 80 seconds left in regulation, and another 20, 25,
Us
30 years to
geriatrics
older.
over
I was going to say, get me a prune juice here courtside. Cross court, here we
boy.
go. That one will stay in play. And into the corner, it's Boulay. Boulay for Marois. Marois goes dribble entry, looking for Nevar. Got knocked down inside. Montoya got her hand on it. Davis dribbled it out of play. She ran out of real estate on that sideline. It's about the third transition where it just feels like the players can't quite read where that sideline is.
A couple extra lines over there, maybe throwing them off from the side-to-side courts. But yeah, it's happened a number
The
of
trick
times
is
over
it's
there.
their home court, though.
Final 50 seconds left of this one. Keenan's three will fall. 55-31.
That's why the forward jumped out.
Into the corner. Arnold swung around. Nevar tried to jump the lane. Pass found its way to Davis. Tried to bank it home. It wouldn't go. And down with the rebound, it's Cormier. Swinging around. Find Churchill. And Churchill pops along two that will fall. Cuts the Leominster lead to 22.
Blue Devils don't have to shoot here, but something tells me they probably will.
I was going to say, an opportunity for learning. Well, they're going to dribble this one
If they dribble it
around.
out.
They've already got the 14
Pressure.
point lead.
There's the giveaway. Cormier takes it down floor, will not finish, but the spin for Churchill will go. And that's the way this one will end. 55-35. Leominster is a winner tonight here inside the gym at Ayer Shirley Regional on this Tuesday of February vacation. Leominster will finish their regular season 6-12. Ayer Shirley will finish their regular season 7-11.
In a walkthrough, one of the first times we've seen this year, and it's great to see.
Yeah, I was going to say
After a game.
maybe a sign. Of course, the MIA had reinstated their handshake protocols. That came just about a week or so ago, and it is still optional at this point, but it is an optional available to the schools that are competing and are involved. Coaches, officials, everybody with a handshake, as Bill Thomas points out, for maybe the first time this year that we've actually got a chance to see it. Game of the week here on the K-Zone is brought to you by ROI Office Furniture and Systems, Sterling Rare Coin, Tom's Automotive, High Country Workwear, and Tariku Tractor. We thank all of you so very much for your support of the Game of the Week here on the K-Zone. Game of the Week brought to you by Woodcomb Insurance. Woodcomb has the right coverage at the right price with a local team of insurance pros ready to help. Online at woodcomb.com. So what does this mean for both competing institutions? That's a great question, and we're going to aim to figure all of that out, and then we're going to come back post-game. Kate Robbins has got your final stats for you. We'll get you all caught up on the information you need to know as we continue on here on the K-Zone Game of the Week as the girls basketball season comes to a close, at least the regular season does, for these two competing institutions. We'll have more to come. Kate's final stats, including some information about the games ahead as well. And then, of course, there's the boys basketball side of things, which, of course, there were so many questions about what happened at the conclusion of that Midwatch tournament and what does that mean for Leominster and others. We've got all that information for you coming up as well. Stay with us. More in a moment here from the gym at Ayer Shirley Regional. Leominster a winner tonight, 55-33. Game of the Week continues when we continue. You're listening to the Game of the Week here on WPKZ. That's correct. I think technically it was 55-35. I got to double check that final. Yeah, it was almost 22. What do you got, Derek? Give it back to me. I've got the coach here. I've got the final 30, then give it back to me, and then hold those other 2 minutes. I'll take another break. I got the coach here with me right now. (55-35). Leominster a winner at Ayer Shirley tonight, and we welcome you back to our courtside broadcast position, K-Zone Game of the Week, and with our partners here at RFM as well. Game of the Week brought to you by Manny's Appliances. Manny's features a complete lineup of major brand name appliances with exclusive rebates the big box stores do not have. Buy the best from Manny's, 120 Hamilton Street in Leominster. Joining us now, Leominster High School head coach Rusty Frederick. And Coach, great to have you here with us on the K-Zone and RFM tonight, here courtside and on the road. And it ends up a 55-35 win. Let's kind of work at it systematically here.
Yep.
Early part of the game was maybe a little ugly, but the players seemingly got themselves to settle things down. And once they stopped chasing, the game got better.
Yeah, it seems like all our games start a little bit like that, and then we get going and things start, you get a couple of hoops, and Frankie, started us off tonight, and she played a really good game. We knew she was going to play well tonight because, she's had some great practices lately. We're trying to get her to be more aggressive, thinking that every rebound's hers, go back up with it, but still want even more of the get it and go right back up instead of she always, wants to give it back out.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about Frankie Bello tonight. Had probably one of her best offensive performances of the year, and it was taking advantage of those opportunities, whether it was the entry pass where she realizes how much space she has and then uses the glass to lay it in, and of course, glass is her friend down there. Lay it in, get the two, and all of a sudden, by the time we got to the halftime point, we're talking about 10 points already, in the first half of action. I thought that really stood out to me as she really did command that low post tonight offensively.
Yeah, I mean that's the goal. Is we want to play inside out. We got to get the ball more down low and then work from there. We don't have to go up with it every time, but let's get the ball down there, get the defense to turn their heads, and then, and then the other freshman Jada tonight, she hit some threes from the corners, and we wanted to move forward and stay positive, but take care of business today, and see what happens in the standings.
I was going to say, the MIAA postseason bubble, so to speak.
Yep.
I would say your program is, of course, the definition of a bubble team right here at this point in time. But let's talk a little bit about, presuming that, of course, things don't move on and this ends up being the last game of this season. And, of course, you had one senior as part of the program this year. Ava McDonald didn't play a meaningful minute this year because of an injury. You had a junior in Kylie Cudahy, who probably would have figured into your lineup quite significantly as a ball handler.
Absolutely.
Again, another injury. Barely played. We saw her in one of our televised games, but really that injury kept her out most of the year. So what does that mean? That means with a program based mostly of sophomores and freshmen and just the junior Isabella Nevard, you were able to put together what is going to be a 6-12 year and grow a lot of future varsity players.
Yeah, I mean, future looks great. We've worked hard to get it to where it is right now, and then, next year we're hoping that we got to flip that 6-12 and, get 12, 13, 14, and that's the goal next year, is to start really moving forward. And we wanted to finish strong today so we can go into the off-season workouts and really start focusing more on fundamentals and playing as a team now that everyone knows everything that's really going on. And, going from 8th grade to this level was big steps for 3 of them. And then there's the ones that we played in that pod last year when we lost in the championship game. That was a good step last year for us. But now we played some iron teams this year, and there was a big step for all of us. And I think next year you're going to see a whole different team. We're going to have upperclassmen now, so the sophomores will be juniors. So you won't hear that anymore about being real young.
I was going to say 7 sophomores convert to 7 juniors if everybody stays with the program, and then 3 freshmen become 3 sophomores, and then you'll have a handful of seniors as well if they all stick around and continue on. I mean, those are all good signs for the year ahead. Coach, again, presuming this is the last time we talk to you until next year, what are the things, what are the priorities in the off season for players, of course, that want to get better as they move forward?
Well, that's the huge part, right? So you go into the off season, and we can't just put the balls down. Right now it's good to have. I got like 4 or 5 basketball players that mainly focus on basketball,
Sure.
which we never had before, and now we got them. And then the girls that don't always play basketball, they got to find their way into the gym and work out, because now it's about separating each other from each other. You play 8. Most coaches are telling me you got to crack down to 8 people and start working there, But right now we're all so close together. It's now there's going to be a separation if people are working harder, doing things all season, off season, and then coming ready. We might see some separation next year. So it's going to be a battle. I've asked for this. I said, let's work hard. Let's get all the kids to come to Leominster. We did that, and I know my decisions are going to be a lot harder, This is what I asked for, and now it's going to get harder on me.
And that's a good thing. That's a program that continues to build. If this is the last time we talk to you until next year, Coach Rusty Frederick, thanks as always for being a part of the broadcast and being a part of the season as well. And, hey, I hope in about a week's time we are talking to you. Whether it's a play-in game or an opening round game somewhere, I hope that's the opportunity ahead.
Oh, that'd be a great experience for our kids, and I really want that. So I'm hoping, and I appreciate all you guys have done for us. Thank you again. Another great season.
Thank you so much, Coach Frederick. We'll continue on with us here on the K-Zone Game of the Week. Our post-game interview with Coach Rusty Frederick brought to you by Dorico's Market, a full-service meat market in deli, Worcester's go-to old-fashioned butcher shop and specialty market since 1947, now at 1123 Central Street in Leominster. Leominster a winner tonight, 55-35. We continue on courtside here on our K-Zone Game of the Week and with RFM. Keats final stats when we continue. Stay with us. This is the Game of the Week here on the K-Zone. Back to our courtside broadcast position here on the K-Zone Game of the Week. Brought to you by Bank Hometown. Bank Hometown's free checking account works for you. Visit bankhometown.com or stop into their convenient Leominster branch on Sac Boulevard. Bank Hometown, member FDIC. Leominster a 55-35 winner tonight here on our K-Zone Game of the Week. On the girls basketball side of things, Leominster finishes their regular season 6-12 in this 21-22 season. Ayer Shirley finishes 7-11. Two young teams got a lot of great learning opportunities and maybe some basketball ahead for both. You're going to need some mathematics to work out in their favor. Never the way you like to talk about things, but that's the reality of the new statewide postseason. Back here in our courtside position here on the K-Zone and here on RFM, Todd Robbins, Kate Robbins, Bill Thomas around with us as well as we take a look at Kate's final stats. They're brought to you by Acme Carpet One. There's lots of pros and cons in the flooring business, and these are the pros online at acmecarpet1.com. Kate, Acme Carpet One brings us your final stats for the night.
All right, let's take a look at the Ayer Shirley Panthers side of the ball first. Obviously, the 20-point differential, a clear distinction between these two teams. Remember, Leominster, a Division II team, Ayer Shirley coming in from Division 5. But as a team, let's take a look at their totals. 20 rebounds, 3 steals, 24 turnovers. They shot 5 of 8 from the free throw line, did the Panthers. Now, if we take a look at individual notable statistics, Davis ends her night with a team-high 11 points for the Panthers. Aracelian ends her night with 6 points. Salmon, who was instrumental on the interior, especially defensively and on those offensive boards, she ends her night with 4 points. Reardon ends her night with 2. Montoya with 2. And Churchill ends her night with a blistering 9 points, all of which coming in the second, third, and fourth quarter. Now, if we take a look at the Blue Devils side of things, team totals first: 42 rebounds, 2 steals, 24 turnovers. They shot 3 of 11 from the line, so that an area of clear difficulty for the Lady Blue Devils tonight. However, 8 different members of the Blue Devil team contribute to the offensive scoring. That means 4 players on the bench got significant contributions on the stat total. So let's take a look at the starters first. Bello ends her night with a team high 12 points. Caldwell ends her night with 6 points. Keenan ends her night with 8 points. Pompey ends her night with 9 points. Then off the bench, Boulay ends her night with 3 points. Marwal with 2 points. Kelly ends her night 11 points off the bench for the Blue Devils, and Nevard ends her evening with 4 points as well. So an impressive effort diversifying scoring for the Lady Blue Devils. An impressive night from Bello on the interior. Hard to just believe that she is a freshman for this Blue Devil team. Hard to believe that a lot of the players on this Blue Devils varsity team are either freshmen or sophomores. You have just one senior, and as you said, Ava McNaughton not able to dress essentially at all for the entirety of the season. So the record may not reflect it. We don't know necessarily if we'll be talking about this Blue Devil team going into the statewide playoffs after today, but some very big growth coming from these younger players. A phenomenal captain to look up to in Ava McDonald, and just good things to come, I would hope. And we know that every time we talk to Coach Rusty Frederick, there's a lot of optimism there.
So many more opportunities for growth for both of these programs, and that's what they will enjoy. So what is ahead for these programs? Well, for Ayer Shirley, they find themselves on the cusp of a postseason opportunity, or maybe in. Does this math hurt them a little bit? Maybe, but again, it's a loss to an opponent from a couple divisions above, so certainly that would be a quality loss in the way that the MIA has been tracking things. Go with that, if you will. Then for Leominster, of course, it's a win tonight over a good opponent, but, you know, does it help you? Well, it keeps you on the bubble. You were 36th going into the night, had to make it to 32. Your record of 6-12 is not good enough to get in under the 500 note, so you've got to hope that you can make it as a top 32 team.
Certainly.
Does Leominster have enough to make it off the bubble with this win tonight? I think the math will push them forward a little bit. There's some good wins in Ayer Shirley's portfolio that now gets added in.
Absolutely heartbreaking.
And that is the possibility as well. And then, of course, there were the questions that we fielded just in the last couple days about the boys basketball side of things. Of course, folks saw the end of that mid-watch tournament. They were like, well, is Leominster's season over? No, that was an in-season tournament on the mid-watch side of things. Girls team played in that tournament as well. They lost. If they were able to win, maybe add a couple more, kind of points to their total, maybe that makes all the difference in the world for them getting from 36 to 32. Mathematically, they're going to need some help. Boys, same thing. They've got their opportunity to continue to grow and move their way forward. They look like, as of today, they were the 3 seed in Division II, and as was pointed out, with that boys team, they have only lost to Division I postseason eligible teams in Worcester North, Natick, and Franklin being their losses this year. So those are all good pieces of information that are going to add to their portfolio. They will have a home game in the round of 32. We'll have that action for you for sure. If the girls basketball team was able to make a play-in game, we'll certainly try to bring you that as well. So that's where we are as the weeks progress, as we head to the basketball postseason here on the K-Zone and on RFM in the next weeks ahead. There are the dates that you have to look at on down the line. Cutoff dates, teams have got to submit by February the 24th at 6 p.m. Preliminary round, that'd be any eligible play-in games, would be February 28th through March 2nd. The round of 32, March 3 through 5. The round of 16, March 7 through 9. The round of 8, March 10 through 12. The Final Four would be contested March 14 through 18, and the state championships will be contested March 18 through 20. And on the basketball side of things, we can tell you that that will be state championships conducted at the Tsongas Center at the University of Massachusetts Lowell for those state championship games across all divisions, boys and girls. Preliminary round action will be contested from through round of 8. All those games will be played at the site of the higher seed. So that is what is to come in the weeks ahead as well. You want more of this action here from RFM and the K-Zone. Of course, you had the live coverage on RFM tonight on Facebook, facebook.com/Media Rivalry. Game will be available later on this evening on demand, tinyurl.com/Media Rivalry or youtube.com. Search Rivalry Family Media. Updates on the schedule, some of the best reporting all assembled into one place around the region on Twitter @Media Rivalry. Like, follow, and subscribe today to get more of this quality coverage or be able to relive some of the action from years gone by as well. We thank you all so very much for joining us here tonight on the K-Zone Game of the Week, brought to you by Bolton Orchards, Woodcombe Insurance, Manny's Appliance, Dorico's Market, Bank Hometown, and Acme Carpet One. We thank all of you so very much for your commitment to interscholastic athletics and the Winter K-Zone Game of the Week. Postseason coverage to come, the draw and information ahead as well. We'll have it for you on RFM. We'll have it for you on the K-Zone as well. You just keep it locked right here for more information in the weeks ahead. Tonight on the girls basketball side of things, Leominster closes out their regular season with a win, 55-35 over Ayer Shirley in Ayer Shirley tonight. For Bill Thomas and Kate Robbins, DJ Derek Drown back at Master Control, pushing the buttons and making the magic happen tonight. We say thank you so very much for joining us and for being a part of our family over the last couple of hours here on the K-Zone and RFM. For all of us at the K-Zone and RFM, and until playoff action in the week ahead, we say so long, everybody.